You found the MFD Performance YouTube channel. Lock it in.
What's going on, MFD Performance viewers? My name is Matt, and this is my newly acquired Takeuchi TL8 that we just got in from the auction. Some of you guys might have watched the video that we just uploaded for the starter. That was an absolute chore to put that thing in there. It's in. Everything is cool. If you guys have any questions on that install, feel free to leave a comment. I'd be happy to help any way that I can. Now what we're going after is the pilot valves. They're all leaking. Well, I cleaned them up pretty good, but as you can see, it's been making quite the mess. And these guys have just been running it, the previous owners, so I figured we might as well fix it. I've already got the joystick off. I've got the U-joint off. I got all that. Took the top cover off. Everybody says that you're supposed to take the whole thing out of here to fix it, but I don't really see the merit in that. You're talking about taking a whole bunch of hydraulic lines off and possibly contaminating the system down there. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to do it this way. As you can see, I already got one. This one's already done. That one we have got over here in our super clean toolbox. And the O-rings we're going to go after is that one. And then it's already removed. But the one that's down, focus, down in there, and that's where the plunger goes in. So yeah, we'll get right to her. All right, so now, once you got that out, clean it up real good. Shoot her with some starting fluid or card cleaner here. You really want to make sure these are completely clean before you put this stuff back in. And then you kind of just push her down and that's it. This bolt I removed. It just makes it easier to get to them. So I'm gonna put that one back in. I've never personally rebuilt pilot control valves. I don't know if they're all like this. I know we've had some CAT machines that have come in and they seem to be pretty leaky also. But I don't know if these are the same setup. One thing to be very careful of is you don't want to gnar this up too bad. And when you go in and take this pilot valve out, this is spring loaded. So this thing, if you're not careful, it can go firing across your freaking shop. So we don't want that to happen to you guys. So that one's that. Pull her out. I don't think any of these have been replaced except for maybe one. It's like I said, just be very, very careful not to fire those out of there. If you fire those out, you're gonna be in a world of hurt trying to find all them damn things. Alrighty, here is the last two. Show you real quick again how to do it. And I know I don't have the right tool. I know I'm supposed to have a spoon or something like that to get these O-rings out, but we're right in the middle of doing a whole bunch of stuff. And I got tools at the airport. I got tools kind of everywhere here. So like I said, you gotta make sure that U shape is facing down. It's a labyrinth seal, and if that's not facing down, you're not gonna get any sealing activity going on. And then all this work is for naught. But I mean, really, this isn't that much. This isn't that hard to do. I can't imagine what the dealer would charge for this. You're only talking about a couple dollars worth of seals. And I think on anybody with with some type of mechanical ability can go ahead and sort themselves out with this. Like I said, go back the other way, make sure it seats, jam it back in that way. And you can really feel the difference just in the fit. That's so much tighter. This one, there's like nothing there. Which would make sense because this thing is absolutely pouring fluid out. And actually, the one that I replaced initially, the first one, which I think was replaced prior, I think somebody put the seal in backwards. And that one was the one that was leaking the most. So hopefully this will mitigate that situation. The controls on this machine were really, really sensitive. Like you would, well, not even, I shouldn't say sensitive. They were not sensitive. This machine would start rolling on its own. It would start doing all kinds of stuff. So this is something that really needed to be done. And that's probably why, see how much tighter that is? Well, not that you guys can see it, but I can feel it. Might have to call her in the morning. She's pretty tight. Certainly makes sense why this machine went to auction. Between the starter issue and this issue, these guys could have had a really solid machine. But I guess the machine is only as solid as the mechanic who's working on it, or the mechanic at the specific shop. I'm gonna clean all that up real good. Put our bolt back in. And like I said, you don't have to take these bolts out. I did it just because it made it seem like it was a little bit easier to get the pliers on it. But like I said, you certainly don't have to. I also, like I said, I don't believe there's any reason to take this whole system out of here just for that. That seems kind of silly to me. But then again, there might be some other reason that I don't know about, and we might find out when we start this machine up. But I don't think that's going to be the case. This U joint's pretty slopped out. We might end up back in this machine fixing that. This plate goes on first, and then this actually holds the plate down, and in turn it holds all the those fittings in. What I did to get that out of there, and I know it's probably not the best thing to do, but they say you'll destroy this thing if you don't have the proper tooling. What I did is I put a screwdriver in there, tried it, and it obviously it didn't want to loosen up initially. I took, right now we're seated, so that's good. What I did is I took a little, not this, but I took a brass drift and I hit it right on this little ear a couple times, and that actually loosened it right up. I'm sure there's probably a specific tool that they use to get this out of there, but I don't have that tool. So we just did it that way, and it seemed to work awesome. So just a little tip for you guys if you guys are taking this on. Yeah, that's pretty blown out there. I'm not too excited about that. But we need this machine to run today, so we're gonna run with that. We're also probably gonna want to clean this whole thing out. Let me go back in here. This is what actually rides on each one of these plungers, and this just threads right up on top. I'd be curious if you guys, when you guys work on these machines, or whoever, if anybody on here does work on these machines, if all of these are the same, if the Caterpillars and Deere I think is all electronics. So I don't think that's a valid point there. and Bobcats are all electronic. If anyone ever had to deal with swash plates, you would know what I'm talking about. Holy crap. Now this, you gotta set that up, give you the right angle. So we're gonna put it there. That looks good enough for me. Tighten her down. I'm trying to think. Oh, no, it's like that. All right, just a little bit of an angle. Yeah, the Bobcats, we had a machine come in that had swash plate issues, and I never dealt with that ever, and holy crap was that a nightmare. That machine we spent hours and hours and hours messing around with and trying to get things right, and long story short, it never actually was right. All right, that's that. And then this little roll pin goes in. That's not square, so we're gonna have to change that. Let's put this roll pin in. Just put it in there just so it's flush with both sides. Not rocket science. I'm gonna have to loosen that up. That sucks. All right, I guess square is the name of the game with that guy. All right, so that's that. It does certainly feel. I wish I would have taken a video of it before because it was all blown out. All right. I'll go ahead and put this back on. Guess I didn't think about that. I have to unconnect all this crap. I pulled this thing out without the joystick. Evidently that wasn't the right move. You know, I'm just gonna pull the pin back out. It takes a minute. I've been fighting this freaking flu, cold. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but holy crap, it's been killing me. So sorry I sound nasally, but me and the wife both got it. A good friend of mine was in town. All right, come on now. Was in town last week from Missouri, and his kids had a sickness last week. Well, not last week, but 2 weeks prior, and they finally just got over it. Well, they were generous enough to give it to us. Now this has to go down, and this is a real stupid design here. Tell you what, we're gonna take that bolt out of there. Popped right out initially, obviously, because that belly pan was out. What do you guys think of these Takeuchi machines? I personally like them. I had quite a few of them. My favorite was the TL8, which is a substantially bigger machine than this. Quite a bit more power. What was weird though with that machine, that one was only standard flow. Now this one's is standard flow also, which I wish it was high flow because I got some brush hogs that we need to run at the new piece of property where we're doing our house build. That's another thing. So we're going to be doing a ton of brush hogging. You guys let me know if you guys would like to see videos of that. I mean, obviously that's a heck of a commitment to film all that, but if if you guys wanted to see it. We've got 15 acres that we bought. I think we're going to do a big barn dominium. We're going to do most of it ourselves. Well, as much as humanly possible, I guess. I'm not a builder, but my parents owned a construction company for a number of years when I was younger. So we had some exposure, and then I got a bunch of friends that are in the trade. So, but let me know if you guys wanted to see a video about that. Like I said, that's gonna be a big commitment to do it, but if you guys wanted to see it, make it worthwhile, we would do it. All right, now what did I do with this stupid roll pin? Oh, come on. So good about it. Keeping everything in line here. And now, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Craftsman salesmen are probably going nuts. You can't use a screwdriver for a hammer or a punch. Yeah, well, you buy cheaper tools for a reason. And some things, snap-on, you do that with a snap-on, they'll freaking wring your neck. All right, this boat is pretty full of hydraulic fluid. So I think she swelled up a little bit. Took the little magic blue pill here. All right, that's that. You know what? I probably shouldn't have did that. I probably should have leak checked this stupid thing first. But I guess then again, you know it's gonna leak or it's not gonna leak. All right, well that's that. So, yeah. It's not that hard to do this job. Couple hours. The best thing to do is to put the boom up, flip the cab up, and they're right there. I don't think I would get too carried away with taking the whole thing out. I don't see any reason in doing all that. But that's your preference. So that's that. Till next time, thanks for watching. See you guys later. So far, so good. Leak check good. The only thing I did find is the detent mode does not work, so my thumb's gonna get sore here holding the trigger. There's no better attachment than a Harley rake. Man, they do such a good job. And they're so good for so many different things. All right, wish me luck.